Imagine the deep, impenetrable silence of the South Atlantic Ocean in the autumn of 1979. Thousands of miles from any inhabited coastline, the only thing watching the dark water was a lonely eye in the sky, a United States Vela satellite, hull number 6911. This machine was a relic of the Cold War, designed with one specific, terrifying purpose: to detect the unmistakable signature of a nuclear explosion. At exactly 0053 UTC on September 22nd, the satellite's sensors detected a massive double flash of light near the Prince Edward Islands. In the world of nuclear physics, a double flash is not a mistake. It is the definitive, rhythmic heartbeat of a fission bomb. For the researchers monitoring the data streams in Washington, the signal was a nightmare made manifest. The first flash represents the initial burst of fire. The second is the massive shock wave that follows. But as the sun rose over the coordinates 47 degrees south, 40 degrees east, a disturbing reality began to set in. There was no mushroom cloud reported by any passing vessels. There was no seismic tremor detected by the world's global listening posts. And when the U.S. Air Force flew dozens of aircraft into the area to sample the air, they found nothing. No radioactive fallout, no trace of iodine-131. It was as if a nuclear war had been fought by a ghost. The administration was paralyzed. If a nation had tested a weapon, they had broken the Limited Test Ban Treaty. Suspicion immediately fell on a clandestine military program operating in the remote southern oceans, a secret effort to join the nuclear club without the world's permission. Yet without physical evidence, the government faced a choice: admit a nuclear breach had occurred on their watch, or find a way to make the flash disappear. A panel of scientists was eventually convened. They released a report suggesting the satellite had simply been struck by a micrometeoroid, a glitch in the aging 1970s hardware that happened to mimic the most dangerous signal on Earth. But to those who lived through the tension of the Cold War, that explanation felt as thin as the paper it was printed on. The sensors on Vela 6901 were specifically calibrated to ignore lightning and meteors. They were looking for a rhythmic pulse of light that only man-made fire can produce. Some theorists suggest the explosion was real, but intentionally masked, using a technique known as nuclear decoupling, where a blast is muffled by a vast underground chamber. Others believe the unique weather conditions in that remote corridor of the ocean simply swallowed the evidence before the planes could arrive. To this day, the Vela incident remains one of the most extraordinary anomalies in military history, a signal of a war that shouldn't have happened, a flash of light that no nation would ever claim, and no history book can fully explain. Was it a secret test hidden by the mist, or just a machine dreaming of the end of the world? Tell me your theories in the comments. And join us next week for another 3-minute descent into the unexplained.